Hello, and thanks for joining us on our show, Basic Concepts and the Wisdom of Kabbalah with Dr. Michael Laitman. Hello, Dr. Laitman. Hello, hello. On our show, every time, we take one concept from the tremendous wisdom of Kabbalah and try and explain it in the simplest way, closest to the heart of a person who just started taking interest in the wisdom of Kabbalah, and the concept for today is love of friends. Dr. Laitman, I read in one of your books where you tell that when you came to your teacher, the Rabash, the great Baruch Shalom Alevi Ashlag, and you brought to him a group of a few dozens of young new students to study Kabbalah, you asked them to write some article that you'll be able to talk about, and he started writing articles about love friends. Can you tell us how that happened? The truth is that I myself don't know how it happened. Well, I know it happened because I was present there. Because with me, that I studied with Rabash already many months then, I'd even say maybe a year, he didn't talk about friends, because there were no friends. But when those new people that I brought came, that you can say that they came off the street, then he started talking about love of friends, about connection between people. And for me, that was relatively something new. I read Kabbalistic books here and there. They wrote about it, as you know. But that he suddenly started emphasizing this point and giving it to us as something necessary, meaning that it's something that we need to be engaged in and love another as yourself, etc. I don't think that it's so much. And for me, it was also something relatively new. Even though that I was studying with him for already a year, more or less. And so the more I started hearing about it, inquiring about it, studying about it, reading these things, I understood how much connection between people is actually the building of the soul. It's the building of the kli, the vessel, in which the Creator reveals Himself. And I was simply stunned about how close the matter is. And no one knows. People reject it. No one's acquainted with it because our ego doesn't want to know, feel, accept the connection between people, but precisely in the connection between people do we build the condition, the vessel, the deficiency, the emotion in which the Creator reveals Himself. Why? What's the relation between love of friends and the building of my soul? It is against our nature. The Creator, He did it so on purpose. That He created us in an egoistic desire, in the will to receive only for ourselves, with a desire to scorn everyone else, not to feel them whatsoever. And therefore, we're so distanced from one another, don't understand each other. That is our nature. And the Creator is revealed on condition that we're the opposite, that we connect, unite with one another, help each other, embrace each other, so much so that we'll be like one body. And it's really hard to understand and agree with it, to hear about it all together. I remember it was really gross. Why is it hard for us to hear about the concept of love of friends? Because we're the opposite of it. My nature is its opposite. What do you mean? Opposite in what? Opposite from loving your fellow man. Opposite from loving the other person. What can you do? There's nothing you can do. It's just you don't know what to do, but to love someone, to take someone else into consideration, I don't want to hear about that.
Oren, and still we talk in Kabbalah about love of friend. Rav, yes, Oren. So if the person from the inside doesn't want to hear about loving someone else, and they talk about love of friends. Rav, I remember that I read this, but I didn't understood and didn't consider that. I thought that they write it out of politeness. Oren, what do you mean? What do you mean, Rav? That they write nice words that you need to love everyone, every man, as they say to kids, do not hit anyway, do not hit kids, do not hit women, do not be rude to people. And so, in the same manner, you need to love people, you need to be considerate of the other. Owen, and what is the meaning to something else, or love? No, but it's some sort of intelligent attitude, let's say. Owen, correct, but for that, that's right. You don't need to study Kabbalah for that. I mean, when a person comes to start to be interested in Kabbalah, then he thinks, in Kabbalah, he will study about upper worlds, about lights, about sfirot. Suddenly you're hearing about kind of interpersonal relationship. It's like you got confused. You entered the wrong room. You came to a kindergarten. And exactly. So what is the relation to Kabbalah? It's a big question. What is the connection between love of friends and the wisdom of Kabbalah? Rav? Because the wisdom of Kabbalah explains to us how we can feel the whole of reality, including the Creator, the upper force, God, that feels the whole of reality, that we can discover Him by love of other. Oren, why? Why through love of others you could identify the general force of reality? What's the relation of? Because if we reach love of the other, we start to feel love of other, and other is everything besides me. And then if I'm included with everything besides or outside of me, that's outside of me, yes, then I start to reveal the upper force that feels the whole reality, the Creator. Owen, where do I discover it? Rav, in all of reality, Owen. And how does love of friends related to that or leads to that? Rav, love of friends help me in that when we come to the wisdom of Kabbalah, we are organized into small groups. Owen, of students? Rav, of students. We call it tens. Owen, 10 people in a group study? Rav, yes. Owen, okay, and then? Rav, and then we, in such groups, we study how to come closer to each other, how to study with each other, how to try to be close to each other, and then slowly we understand how much we hate each other. Oh, and the friends the people that study with you, love, yes, I don't want to be with them. I do read that I have to come closer to them, but on the other hand, I reject them. So what do you do? Yes? How do you come closer? And here is already starting to be a person's internal work. Owen, why do you even need to come closer to other students? Why can't I study Kabbalah? Your nature.
ולא הבנתי, ואחר כך רבש אמר לי, אתה חייב חברה. לכן הלכתי לאיזה חוג בתל אביב, ופיתיתי אותם שאפשר ללמוד חוכמת הקבלה, ומשכתי אותם לרבש.
ואז נהייתה קבוצה של לומדים?
כן.
אוקיי. מה נותן הלימוד בקבוצה של לומדים שהאדם לא יכול להגיע לזה לבד? אמרת קודם, אתה לא תכיר את הטבע שלך.
כן.
למה אני צריך להכיר את הטבע שלי? ואיך זה קשור לגילוי של אלוהים? אני יותר בעניין של אלוהים, יותר מאנשים אחרים.
הטבע שלנו הפוך מהבורא, מהאלוקים.
במה בדיוק הוא הפוך?
שהוא אגואיסטי כולו.
ומה הטבע של הבורא?
ההפך, אלטרואיסטי, הנותן, האוהב, המקרב, המחבק.
אוקיי.
והטבע שלנו היה הפוך.
מה זאת אומרת הפוך?
דוחה, מזלזל, אוהב את עצמו בלבד.
גם אם אני לא מרגיש ככה ביחס לכולם?
כן, גם שאתה לא מרגיש ככה, אבל אתה ככה.
ככה אני כאילו בנוי מבפנים?
כן.
זאת אומרת, גם אם אני לא מודע לזה, זה מה שיושב בפנים, זה המנוע הפנימי שלי.
נכון.
אוקיי, איפה החברים?
That means that even if I'm not aware of what's inside of me, that's my internal motor? Rav, correct. Owen, okay. So where are the friends or the love of friends come into this picture? Rav. So when you study with people and you come closer to them, you want to come closer, then you realize how much you're opposite to them. You hate them. Oh, and why do you hate them? Because it's revealed that instead of coming closer and being with love, you are in hate towards them. Oh, and is that because how you are built, or is it something that they do? It's because you're built that way. Oh, and that means with the other students, it's like a device that I use in order to recognize my internal nature. Love, yes. Oh, okay, and love. And this is how everybody is. Oh, and so it's like a laboratory, a social laboratory, where everybody realizes how he's built. Love. Everybody wants to come closer to each other, and everybody reveal that they hate each other. Owen. So they are rejected one from the other. Love. Yes. Owen. Okay. Now you said to me before that the Creator, God, doesn't matter how you call him, his nature is opposite of the human nature. He's just love and giving. Love, yes. Owen. So how, from this revelation that I'm an egoist and you're an egoist and she's an egoist and he's an egoist, we are going to discover this force which is only love. He only gives. That as if we went to the opposite direction of. So we need to turn to the Creator. It's an upper force. It's a positive force. The general love that's in nature. That's Him. And we need to turn to Him and ask Him to bring us closer, to connect us. Oren, why to connect us? I don't even love. If He doesn't connect us, we will never reveal Him. Oren, why? What's the relation? Love. It has to be an atmosphere it has to be the atmosphere, a similar atmosphere to connection and love. Otherwise, he won't be able to reveal. Or in what atmosphere can the Creator be revealed? Love, with love. Oh, and between who and why? Love, between the friends. Oh, and that study together? Love, yes. Oh, and even though there's no base for love between us, love, there is base. Oh, and what is that base? Love, that we want to discover the Creator. Oh, and so why is it build between you and me the need for love, because both of us wants to reveal Him. Oh, and so how would you define a friend in the study of Kabbalah? What is a friend? Love. A friend is called a person like me that we connect in order to reveal the Creator. Oh, and that means we have a common goal that is like above us. Love, yes. It's like opening a business. Let's say you and I start a business, so we have a goal to succeed in the business. So I approach you because you probably have something that I don't. And you approach me because I have something that you don't. And are we partners in starting a business? Yes, Oren. So this is how we go together to reveal the Creator? Yes, Oren. But in business, I don't know if we need to have love. We need to have a common interest. Love, yes, and we have a common interest. Oh, and what is the interest? Love, to reveal the Creator. Oh, and because no one can do it on his own? Love, no. Oh, and because the person cannot recognize his nature, and his nature is opposite of the Creator? Love, correct. Oh, and what will I get if I reveal the Creator? just between us, in brackets. If I reveal the Creator, say, would I have love to you? And you would know everything. And what does it mean, everything? Love. Because the Creator includes everything. And what is everything? Love. It's everything. And what will it give me on the daily business? How would it feel? Love. You will feel what you are living for. Where do you live? You will feel the whole of reality, the world, everything. You wouldn't tell it to others, but you would know. And that's called revealing the Creator? Love, yes. And this is the greatest goal of the whole wisdom of Kabbalah? Love, yes. Okay, now we go back to that matter of love of friends. That term, love of friends, you explained it nice so far, what a friend is. A friend is a person that studies with me together inside a small group. By the way, it can't be a girlfriend, correct? You only say a friend. No. Usually it's either men or women. Oren. Yes, no, I mean that if a woman wants to study Kabbalah, then for me, it will be a love of girlfriends. Love, yes. And I understood. Now, that term, love of friends, so far we talked about what a friend is. Let's talk about love. We don't say build a relation of friendship, but they added the word love. What is the word love come to enhance above friendship, love? That I feel him as close to me as anything in the world. And why? Because I study with him and we want to reveal the Creator together, in the connection between us, that between us it will be revealed. That's why that friend is so close to me. But I don't, how could it be that you just met and you don't even know him? Love, yes, that's right. So how come you came to such intimacy with him? Because together we're going to reveal the Creator. And love between friends, what does this word want to emphasize? To love, it's called that we come closer to each other. This way we start to realize that we're one. What does it mean, one? To be one, that we have love. To be one, that we have a connection in something, that where the Creator is revealed. And what makes you one? Love, that we want to reveal the Creator. So we want. So what? Why one? You two different people. Love. No, if we're in a connection with the Creator, we won't be one. We will reveal the Creator. To be one is like the highest level of love of friends. Love, yes. Love turns to love to one. Why? Because love connects us together. What do we gain? It sounds like a very intensive work of very deep connection. Love, correct. What do you gain from that? Love, you gain from the connection, the revelation of the Creator. Is that called spirituality? Love, what we reveal is called spirituality. So there's love of friends and there's spirituality. Is that two different levels of development? Love, yes. Can you differentiate between the two, please? Love, there are friends that going to drink beer. And there are friends that wants to be connected between themselves in order to reveal the Creator. Yes, this is in Kabbalah. Love, yes. And when they connect for this purpose, they're not just friends. They're already connecting as one. Because they have one goal. The Creator that ties them together, and He is one. And all of them wants to help each other. And then they truly become as one man with one heart. And then the Creator is revealed in the connection between them as one force, one upper force. A person that looks from the side on these two that have love of friends, does he pick it up? Love, no. He cannot recognize it. And why? Love. He sees that they're close friends, but nothing more than that. And is that something internal? Love, yes. In the articles, as we discussed in the beginning of our program, by your teacher, Rav Baruch Shalom Ashlag, the Rabash, there are all kinds of advice on love of friends. I will present some to you shortly, but in general, what is the most important advice you can give me in regards to love of friends? Where do we start, Rav? We need to together learn, read the articles of our teachers, Baal Sulam and Rabash. Oh, and yes, Rav, we need to help each other in getting up and coming to the studies, because the studies are usually at night. Oh, and the Kabbalist study in the early hours of the morning. Rav, yes. Oh, and okay, so a person starts to study Kabbalah, but usually the study are at evening time, as much as I know. So when a person starts to be interested in Kabbalah, then when he starts to be interested in Kabbalah, okay. Oh, and okay, now Rabash writes, I picked these three advices that I thought I want you to explain a little bit. Rabash writes, for example, that the person needs to make his friend as greater than him. Why is that important, Rav? It's good in general, in all sorts of places in life, not only in the Kabbalist group. It's because by the fact that I'm considering the other person as greater, then I can learn from him. Oh, and how does that advances me spiritually? That's the question. I'm learning from him. Oh, and what are you learning? What do you want to learn? From his attributes, from his attitude to the study, everything. It advances me, it pulls me to be better. Oh, and I need to treat like that to all the people who study with me? Yes, all the group. Owen, that everyone is greater than me, Rav, yes, Owen. But there's people that are, they could be better than me, but Rav, no. If I'm studying with them, I have to see them as truly greater. Owen, okay. Rabash also writes that we need to think of myself as the smallest of all the friends. Rav, yes, Owen. What is it good for? Rav, first of all, there's a rule, the love will cover all transgression. Oh, and what does it mean? That if I'm loving someone, then for me he's a great person. Oh, and okay. Second of all, if I see these tiny defects, and all these tiny defects, yes, defects. Deficiencies. Yes, Rav. Yes. Then I try to see it as if I have eyes, but I shall not see. Oh, and what does it mean, Rav? It means that it's probably me who is not right, that I see these things in him, but they don't truly exist. Oh, and that means I see that the whole focus is on me. Yes, is that correct, Rav? Yes, because otherwise I don't see anyone outside of me. This is how I imagine him in my eyes. Oh, and okay, so why is it so important for me to consider myself as the smallest of all the friends? Because then it will help me to study from all the friends. Oh, and what do you want to study from them all the whole time? Love everything that's good to him, that I make him greater in my eyes, that he's better than me. I would want to learn and receive that knowledge from him. Owen, what would it give you? To be better. Owen, how would that bring you closer to the Creator? Of course it will bring you closer. Owen, why? Because I'm growing up. I'm taking from all my friends the good things that they have, and by that I'm coming closer to the Creator. Oh, and another advice that the Rabash writes is that you need to really reveal the love that you have in your heart towards the friends. Why is it good that I'll tell them that I love them? Isn't it enough that I love them in the heart? Because it makes more love in the world, in the group. It enhances the love. Owen, which means that I'm telling them that I'm loving, by me saying to them that I'm loving them, it means that I'm increasing love in the group. Owen, let's say that one of the other students will be a person who I'm not really truly getting along with. So what do I do in that case? You do greater effort and until you do an enormous efforts to show love towards him. And why? Because by that you're correcting yourself and you gain a lot. more than people that don't have any rejection or distance from him? Yes. Oh, and why? Because you receive everything that you see negative in a friend, that the Creator is organizing it to you in order for you to change yourself until you love Him. Oh, and what's the purpose of the change? What do I need to change in myself that I love even those that initially I can't stand love? In order to correct yourself. Oh, and what does it mean to correct? Love. To correct, it's to relate to Him as if you love Him. Oh, and what does it mean to relate to Him as if you love Him? Because for now you can't love Him, but if you will treat Him and relate to Him that way, you'll slowly reveal that you can love Him. Oh, and God will help me? Yes, of course. Oh, and what is the highest level of friendship that there is in love of friends? That you cannot tell the difference between love of the Creator and love of friends. Oh, and why can't you make a difference? Because you love them both equally. Oh, and what does it mean to love the Creator? Love that there is nothing greater than that. Oh, and why nothing greater? Because that's the upper force that runs everything and does everything and created you and making you exist at every moment. And that's why you love it. And this is how you need to love the friend. Each and every friend. Can't I just love the Creator? Why do I need this stop in the middle? I love the friends. Love. You cannot come to love of friends you cannot come to love of the Creator if you do not deal with love of friends. Oh, and why? Why? Love. Why? Because otherwise it's impossible. It is impossible. You do not reach the Creator if you do not pass it through the friends. Oh, and why? Love. Because you don't even have love of others. You first of all need to acquire the attribute or the quality of loving of others, which is only through friends in the group. And from that you can reach the love of the Creator. Oh, and I can't love Him without having love of other people? Love, no. That's called from loving of the created beings to the love of the Creator. Oh, and in this rule, what does it want to say? Love, that you don't have a choice. You have to make yourself the smallest towards all the friends, and only by that you'll learn how to reach the love of the Creator. Oh, and you have taught me a lot of things. I've got 1,000 more questions, which we probably won't make it in this program today, but let's start to conclude. What is the most simplest definition you can give me in love of friends? Love of friends, it's called that the group that I'm studying in, I have to reach in it to love each friend in an unlimited way. Oh, and how is it meant to feel? Love. That I am connecting with them in a way that there is no limit to my good relations to them. Oh, and what do I need to do in order to reach this level of development that I will have love of friends? Love. I need to cancel myself towards them in everything. Oh, and what does it mean in simple words? Love. To feel that I am the zero of all zeros compared to them. Oh, and is that nice or pleasant to a person to feel that way? If I'm talking about the final goal, then the greatness of the goal, it obliges me to do that. Oh, and so you're making yourself smaller in front of other people in order to connect to the greatest thing that there is, the Creator? Yes. Oh, and what do you wish for me? We come to the end. What do you wish for me as a person who is just now beginning to be interested in the studying of Kabbalah and that term of love of friend? Love. I'm wishing to you to slowly come to know this thing as it is a very great thing and very basic. And don't be afraid from it. Don't run away, because you will say, I cannot do it and I am not even aimed at it. You will see how beautiful it is, and eventually everybody will come to it. Oh, and who is everyone? All of humanity. Oh, and all of humanity need to reach this level of development called love of friends? Yes. Oh, and what kind of beautiful world we will have here? This world is called Adam. That everybody are connected to that term called the first man. Oh, and that's the mechanism called that has love? Yes. Oh, and where is God in all of this picture of love between everyone? Love is inside them. He feels them and gives and is inside them and happy with them. Okay, Owen. Okay, give me this another wishing that I'll take the whole humanity. What do you wish for me now? Feel that you're in this circle and that's enough. Owen, thank you, Laitman. Good luck. Owen, time is never enough with you. We'll continue next program. Till next time, goodbye.